Very good afternoon from my side and welcome to our today's webinar. My name is Peter Rinner. I'm Deputy Segment Manager of the segment Lifting Solutions in pewag. And it's a pleasure for me to present you today updates and news of our levo product portfolio. First of all, I want to show you the agenda for today's webinar. We start with an introduction into the levo family to give you an overview over the whole range of products we have in this product family of all automated hooks and clamps. Then I will go into the products in detail, including a short live presentation. Then I will show you some special solutions we did for customers. And finally, I want to show you our target industries with some video examples, and over the conclusion, we come then finally to the Q&A session, where I want to invite you to place all your questions and what you want to know from the levo portfolio into this section. This section you will find in the Teams window under the F&A button. And another hint for Microsoft Teams during the webinar is if you want to adjust the screen to the full width, please make a right click in the middle of the screen and click on Adjust Screen. So just as a hint for you. So then let's get started and let's give you a first overview over the whole levo product portfolio, and also very important what we did in the recent months and years and what is new now in the portfolio. First of all, levo, where comes the name from? What is levo meaning? So levo comes from the Latin word levare and means both lifting and to ease something. So for us in the interpretation, easy lifting. And this is what it means with the product portfolio of automated hooks and clamps. So to ease your life in lifting operations, because you can control the hooks and the clamps from the remote, and to increase therefore your work safety and also your working efficiency. The levo product portfolio consists of both the levo hooks and the levo clamps. And first I want to introduce to you the product family of levo hooks, what you can see on the lower left corner. And here we start from the left side with our new product, with the new hook, the LH4, the 4-ton hook, which is our most compact hook now in the product portfolio and was especially designed for tight spaces during lifting. It's also quite light from weight perspective. This you will see later on in the product details. Then we continue with the 8-ton hook, one further to the right. This is the LH8, and this is the same housing and at the same time the predecessor of the LH5 hook, which is already in the market since 2018 when pewag started the levo program. This was the first hook we introduced in the market, and it's now upgraded to an 8-ton hook. The next one is the LH16, the 16-ton hook, and this is also already in the market available, and it was introduced approximately 1 year ago. And finally, on the right side is the biggest and heaviest, most massive hook what we have in our portfolio, the LH32, capable for working load limits up to 32 tons. In the middle, you can see the both remote controls, one for the hook and one for the levo clamp. And with the levo clamp, I want to continue and want to close this introduction of the product portfolio. The levo clamp LC3 is also already in place since pewag started the levo program in 2018. And is capable to lift goods up to a working load limit of 3 tons. Then let's go a little bit more into detail of the scope of supply. What comes with a levo hook, for example? First of all, the hook itself comes in a box together with the remote control, with a maximum operational distance of 100 meters, a rechargeable battery together with the corresponding charging station, and the embedded data logger, which is storing the service data within the hook itself. As options, we can provide from the LH8 onwards, because the LH4 is, unfortunately, the housing is a little bit small and compact. From the LH8 onwards, we can offer all of our options. What you can see here on the right side means a light module, a magnet module, and some special solutions, what can be also attached to the LH4, but I will come in more details to it later on. And now I want to show you how the LH16 hook is working in real life. Therefore, I will transition myself to the hook. We have it here applied on a short chain application, and this, what you can see here, is the rechargeable battery, which is multi-optional and multifunctional for both the hook and the clamp, what you can see later on. To get the hook operational, I will apply the battery into the battery bay. I'm locking the battery and powering up the battery so that the hook is supplied with DC voltage. And after what you have seen now, a short self-diagnostics sequence, the hook is now ready for operation, and you can see this via the flashing charging station or charging indication light. Next, I will grab the remote control of the hook out of this nice wooden box, very sustainable, and I will open now the hook automatically via the remote control. And the next thing I want to show you is this great 12 chain sling with the large connection link I will attach to this very strong magnet. I will center it a little bit, that it looks nice. And now you can see it's held by the magnet. The magnet is able to lift and hold steel or metal up to 12 kilograms. So now it's very easy to close without putting the fingers in between or something like this, to close the hook via the remote control again around the connector. Yeah, this was so far the demonstration of the hook. And now I want to continue with some more details on the levo clamp. The levo clamp LC. Our only clamp in the market is the 3-ton, as I mentioned before, and it comes also in a nice box together with the same goods, more or less, as the hook, with the rechargeable battery, with the charger, with the remote control, and also the data logger is embedded within the clamp. Same hardware. This hardware we upgraded on both the hook and the clamp. We brought the software and the hardware and the electronics mainly to the latest technical standards and to the latest technical level. And as only option, we can offer at the clamp, because of its compact building size, the light module. Now I will show you also the levo clamp, how it's operating in real life. So I will grab again the remote control. I will power down the battery and I pull out the battery. I take now the battery out of the hook to demonstrate you that it's also working within the battery bay of the levo clamp. So the battery is now locked. Same procedure as with the hook. After finishing the self-diagnostics, also the clamp is ready for use. And now I show you the operation. Open close via this embedded into the housing embedded open close button and closing again. So this is how the levo clamp is working. And the levo clamp was originally designed to lift steel plates up to a thickness of 30 millimeters. This was the original purpose of the market launch of the levo clamp LC3. Coming now to the product details and give you an overview of the technical specifications of the hooks and the clamp. First we start with the, as I have mentioned before, the most compact hook we have now in our portfolio, the LH4. And its special purpose is to use this hook within a quite tight working space. So this was a special need from several customers, that they have limited space between, for example, the lifting beam and chain sling and the lifting good, so to say. And therefore we designed this compact hook. It comes with a total height of 421 millimeters and a total weight of 13 kilograms. So you see, it's very easy and light to operate for one person alone. And it's available until the end of this year. Next one I want to mention is the LH8. And as I said at the beginning, this is the predecessor now of the LH5 hook. The LH5 is still available on special request, but now we offer some more powerful hook. So we upgraded the hook itself from mechanic perspective to an 8-ton hook, and the housing and the size and the weight is still the same. So 20 kilograms, also easy to handle with 460 millimeters of total building height. And we have from this hook onwards the possibility to offer all of the options we have in our portfolio, means magnet and light mainly. As you have seen before in the live demonstration, our LH16 hook, already for a max working load of 16 tons rated, and the total weight is here 59 kilograms. And the total height 609 millimeters, and as you have seen before, it is a stronger magnet what we can here apply as at the LH8, and the magnet is really strong, as you have seen before. And finally, the most massive and biggest hook what we have in the portfolio, which is available from end of September onwards, is the LH32 for a working load limit up to 32 tons. With a weight of 79 kilograms and a total height of 666 millimeters. Then finally we come to the levo clamp LC3. As I have said before, the levo clamp was originally designed to lift and operate from the lifting procedure from the distance of steel plates up to a thickness of 300 millimeters. And it's important to know that a clamp has also not only a maximum working load limit of 3 tons in this case, but also a minimum working load limit. It is 10% of the maximum working load limit, in this case 300 kilograms. The maximum hardness, what we can lift with this clamp, is 37 Rockwell or 345 Brinell. And it is, as I said before, already since some years available in the market, now coming with an upgraded inside of the product, so to say. Then I want to show you some special solutions what we did in the past for customers. And there I want to start with the safety handle. The safety handle we did initially for a customer in Brazil, for a steel plant in Brazil. And this safety, the main purpose and the main request from the customer for this safety handle was to increase the feel of the hook itself. For example, when a worker is doing a mounting operation several times in a sequence, it is much more easy to grab the hook and to grab the hook via the handle and to position and reposition it one after the other time. So this makes life easier if a worker has to stand for a mounting procedure next to the hook, what is not always the case also. The next special solution I want to show you is the special protection for the hook, and this is also sometimes important. We have seen several operations in the field where the hook is under very harsh, or is operated under very harsh environments and conditions. Under no load, for example, the hook is moving around and swinging around, and there easily the hook can collide with any installation of, for example, the load beam, or can collide with any other hook or whatever. So to prevent the hook from any damage, and especially the electronics and the motor inside, and the battery also, of course, we designed such a special protection, what we call bumper, and it's made out of a synthetic material, which is stiff enough, but on the other hand also elastic enough to compensate such hits during the operation. Then we did some special solutions also on the side of the remote control. And here you can see also on a special customer request, a remote control which can operate up to 8 hooks, not synchronized, but independently in this case. So we have designed the remote control that it is very easy to control and easy to handle. So we have only attached the open, the close, and the pair button on this remote control. So if, for example, makes it more efficient when a worker is standing alone in a fabric or a production hall and can operate on 8 different locations, for example, 8 different hooks. Another special solution for crane operators here in this case is a remote control what they can operate inside the crane cabin. And the speciality here is that it needs no external battery, and it's fed with power via the board supply of 12 volts of the crane. So the crane operator must not step out, or there's no need to step out and operate, or any additional person is not needed to operate the hook. The next topic what I want to show you and what I want to introduce to you is the topic of the target industries. So it's also nice to know where are our levo products already in operation. And first I want to start with the, so far for us, most important industry, I would say, and is the steel industry. And here especially we are focusing on the non-magnetic steel. So why non-magnetic steel? Because we learned that the magnetic steel is lifted at the factories with very strong magnets. So this is not really a use case for our hook. The use case for our hook is in steel factories, lifting steel beams bundled with wire rod, for example, as you can see here on the left side in the picture. And here mainly the loading and unloading procedures and operations. For example, lifting up a steel beam bundle and position it or transport it to a wagon or to a trailer, what you can see on the next slide in this video. So now it's starting. So what I have not mentioned, we have already some famous names in the industry as references like Gerdau or ArcelorMittal or Nucor Steel in the US. And here you can see the lifting operation has started. The hooks are already applied. And what you can see here also attached to the hook is this handlebar, what I have mentioned before. And the portal crane is transporting now the steel beams to a trailer. And after the positioning overhead, the trailer is finished. The crane can come down with the bundle of steel bars, making the fine-tuning in the positioning. And what is also important, what you can see here below, is that there are some distance holders between the bottom of the trailer and the steel beams that you can, what is happening now after the hooks have opened and released one side of the chain sling, that the other side of the chain sling can come out of the bottom side of the steel beams. So lifting operation is finished and the crane is ready to pick up the next pair of bundles. So next industry I want to show you, or what is also important for the usage of our hooks and mainly the hooks, is the port industry. But when we talk about the port industry, we do not mean the most famous cargo operations, cargo lifting operations with these containers. we mean the general cargo. So everything what is meant with open goods, for example, big bags, timber, wire rods, steel bars, as you have seen before, all of these open cargo topics, what will be loaded then in open cargo ships and vessels. As references, we have here ports in Brazil, northern Germany, in Bremerhaven, and also in China. Now you can see in this video a good example of a lifting operation of steel bars into such an open cargo container ship. You can see here the steel bars bundled with a chain sling and two LH16 hooks attached and mounted via a lifting beam. And the load is now lifted into the open cargo compartment of this cargo ship. And what you can see here also in this total view very good is that the workers can stand in a good distance to the lifting operation itself. Hooks are opening now from the distance remotely controlled, and the lifting beam is ready for the next lifting operation. Chain slings are released now, and the crane can lift the lifting beam up again. The next and final last industry I want to show you and to introduce you is the concrete industry. And here the special use case is to lift, as you can see here on the pictures, concrete plates and concrete parts, which have already a lifting point with the steel in the middle of the two plates attached. And you can see on the left picture the lifting itself with textile slings and our levo hooks also attached to the crane and to the chain sling. Yeah, so you can see, and you have seen, various industries have various different requirements, and each application might have its own requirements. So please don't be shy and let us know if you have any special lifting requirement in your industry which could fit to our automated hooks and clamps. We are ready to help you. We are motivated to help you with your special solution. And yeah, just don't hesitate to contact us. Finally, coming to the conclusion. What have we done with the levo product portfolio? We introduced new hooks for new working load categories, means 4 tons and 32 tons mainly. We updated the hard and software of all of the hooks and clamps, and we brought the electronics, the battery and other parts and components to the latest technology requirements and latest technology standards. We have hooks and clamps for every industry, and we are also, as I mentioned before, happy to help you with any customized solution or any special requirement. So be motivated and increase your work safety and your working efficiency with our levo products. With this said, thank you very much for attending our webinar and for spending the time to listen to our webinar. And now I'm really looking forward to your questions, what you hopefully will put in now in the Q&A section. From my side so far, thank you very much, and let's continue with your questions.